Bear with me, my Nikon bit the dust, so if the grayscale or white scale's off, I'm on my spare camera. And if you can tell, Star Destroyer's missing. Bench looks naked. But I finished that in the earlier video, so hopefully you all check that out. We are on to the bombers. B17. Last time I left off, I got it mounted to the base, telescoping rod. Base is stained. Right now I'm trying to paint the tips of the blades. And I'm getting the decals on. And all I really lacked left is a little bit of hand painting, paint some of the guns, and put the clear parts on. But I did get the decals, and I need to go back to decal school, because man, I got that crooked. A little airbrush weathering will take care of that. But this one is available too. And I'll probably add a couple more little decals on the side, and pretty much that's it. And after, I got the decals on this morning and let them dry. Probably this evening I'll go back in with the airbrush and tone them down a little bit. Don't want them too bright. And I probably forgot to mention I did do weathering on it. Don't know if I mentioned that in the last ones. This is the way I do aluminum aircraft. I like a model to stand out. I don't like a clean model. It makes it look toy-like. And basically, when you if you put a bunch of bombers on planes on a table, you can walk around and point. Brad's the one that built that one. And I think style should be prevalent in modeling. Your style. I mean, everyone has a fingerprint when they build a model. You can actually know who built it. That's where I stand on the B17. B24. I getting the decals on. This one's going to be the Aries. And with aftermarket decals, you have to use the kit supplied stars because they don't offer it. And I don't know if this camera will show it, but this is actually a different white than that one. But the airbrush will take care of that. I'll just weather that down in those, and everything should be blended together. Letting the setting solution do its magic on both sides here. And I don't know if you're supposed to get glass there or not. You kind of do, kind of don't. So I'm pretty much I'm just going to leave it off, because I figured they must have had it slid back and forth. One thing I did, I got the unit on there, stars on there. One thing about the landing gear, and I'm pretty sure, because I really didn't look at the reference, this is supposed to be underneath the wheel, but I didn't really want to cut it, and it kind of fit, not really, so I just went ahead and flipped it like that, because unless you're looking under, you ain't going to notice it, and it ain't that big of a deal. Now, rod, you're going to have to, the propeller parts that stick out to hold the propeller in, they slid back. Of course, I should have used super glue. That's my fault. However, we're going to do the toothpick trick. And I am going to super glue that in there, and I'm going to lop them off. And you'll be able to put your propellers on. So you'll see a little toothpick sticking out on the engines there. And what else did I... Oh yes, I did forget. I had to add the anti-glare on both B24 and B17. And that's basically it. I'm just waiting for the decals to dry. I'll go back in with the airbrush and do a little more weathering and touch them all up, and then pull the tape off, and I'll be able to do one more video showing you all the completed planes. And can't forget Bob May. I did get the basically all the flesh on him. I'm going to go back in, and I like, for highlights, I like Spectra, just straight out of the bottle. And when I say highlights, I'll hit the cheeks and the top of the forehead and a little bit of the nose. And when you get into big scales, you really can't use washes. You kind of have to pretty much just airbrush it. And I'll probably do a little bit of a wash just on the inside of the eyes there. And then we're going to cheat. Use some Archer eyeballs for Mr. May. And we'll be ready to rock and roll. And hopefully I'll have a little more done on him. It's been a hectic week this week. And I'm trying to get Robot lit up too. Which I'll probably, hopefully I can show you all tomorrow on that. That's where I stand on projects on the bench. Stay tuned for the next episode.